Yo, welcome to the AllfaxN.Oslack Saints podcast. And I'm on lunch at work right now. and just kind of said, fucking man, got the energy. Might as well kind of like talk about it now. So I won't wait till after I get off to kind of try to like, I don't know, do it right before the game. But Saints play Cardinals tonight. We're both 2-4, both teams that oddly enough struggled with offense. New Orleans Saints for years with Sean Payton, and even kind of like towards the end of Sean Payton's tenure, like the offense kind of went down slightly, but that was mainly due to injuries and whatnot. But nonetheless, two teams right now, and I didn't expect this from Arizona really either, that their offense has been struggling kind of like more than ours, to be honest. But still in all, to kind of like sum it up for even after the first 3 weeks for us, it's mainly kind of been like injuries. You know what I'm saying? Michael, again, haven't been playing. Jarvis, haven't been playing. But Chris Olave comes back this week out of concussion protocol. He's ready to go. Rashid Shaheed, we saw a spark from him last week. He got wide open on that pass, and he just couldn't connect with him, just kind of like timing issue. But he's fast, man. I saw like some type of speedometer thing that they do for players with their speed and shit like that, and he was like clocked at like 19 something miles per hour. Gets a 44-yard touchdown run, never sees the ball again. Hopefully that changes. Hopefully he gets more opportunities this week. I've been screaming from the mountaintops on Twitter this week, like, hey, I want to see Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed on the field at the same time lined up. I haven't checked yet to see who's going to be the starter, but most likely it's going to be Andy Dalton if he's like, still more healthy than Jameis. Jameis has been healthy enough to be emergency QB, but still not wanting to start him. You don't want to make sure he's full ready to go because we've been using Taysom Hill in his packages with running, catching, special teams, and pretty much doing everything. But he might be head coaching sometime and shit too. I don't fucking know. But he does a lot of shit. Obviously, that's a joke when I say that. But you want to have that emergency quarterback ready just in case. You don't want to let that just be Taysom because he could get hurt while doing what he does, and he already had the slight rib injury during camp. And I think he was held out a game or stuff before too. So you don't want to be relying on that to be your emergency quarterback. So either defense has to play better. With Dennis Allen, man, his calling card was supposed to be defense. It's supposed to be, he built that defense up in top 10 status. But it's kind of like, it's weird, right? The defense was the elite play the first 3 weeks, and then it was the offense like just struggling, and then now the past 3 weeks the offense have been actually picking it up, and the defense have been just giving up big plays. Now part of that is due to Marshawn Lattimore being hurt, but with the Jamar Chase thing, because we held Bengals in check pretty much that whole game, but they just had that big play with Jamar Chase and he broke off a touchdown. Then the defensive line, again, I talked about that last video, where these motherfuckers could not get pressure on the worst offensive line in football, and we went out all out. Blessed Joe Burrow got out of that. But main thing I want to say is safety players has been disappointing. We need to get better with that. And even when throughout the first 3 weeks when the defense was playing great, right? And linebackers excluded, D. Davis and P. Warner are not included in this because they've been the best part of the team. So just be of the defense. So let's just get that out the way when I speak on defense, not linebackers. But even when the defense was playing elite, like really, really, really good, and the offense was pretty much costing them the game with penalties and stuff like that, and not having a hard time putting up points outside of the fourth quarter, the defense still gave up big plays. Like, even when they were playing good, they still gave up. They still had like a big play a game. Well, it's like, you don't want that, but I mean, hey, this is the third quarter now, and it's going to be a matter of time before something happens. So it wasn't really as bad. But now when the safety players kind of like is just really getting the spotlight is being put on them now that Marshawn Lattimore didn't play last game, and Adebo's been back, but he has not been the same. I want to chalk it up to injury, but guys who follow the team and report on the team during camp say he was a camp MVP and and stuff like that. But you remember during camp, it was like a lot of people, the best guys, were kind of not. I ain't gonna say they wasn't coming every day, but it was mainly the guys kind of like trying out for the team. I don't want to say trying out, but it wasn't the number ones all the time. Now, granted, Michael Thomas came back. He still had a decent time against him, but Michael Thomas still kind of like showed him who he was against him. You know what I mean? Like, he was still that dude against him. So it was kind of maybe Nick Underhill said to himself that it was maybe a little bit overhyped that he kind of gave to everybody and a few other people. It's not just him. That was just like maybe it was just a competition that he was going against in camp that kind of like disguised it. Kind of, I don't want to say false hope, but just higher expectations than possible. But I like him. I hope he can shake back this week. Alante Taylor, second round draft pick out of Tennessee, our cornerback who can play safety and or corner. I think possibly comes back this game. I haven't checked out the injury report or who is supposed to be playing, but they've kind of, I've seen a tweet. He said, "Put me in, coach," and he's been practicing with the ones. So hopefully he's able to get on the field for the night, his debut against D-Hop. I mean, I don't know if he's going to be put in that corner checking him or put in at the slide. He can play so many different roles apparently. So wherever it is, they need help. Secondary needs help. It's just we lost so many pieces with trading Chauncey, Malcolm going, letting Marcus Williams walk, and we miss Marcus Williams. I'm sorry. Safety player's not been as good. Marcus May is good, but he's been kind of hurt. He missed a game or two or whatever, but Honey Badge has just been completely underwhelming right now. Only one pick of the season for the whole defense. We have 2 forced fumbles, but only 1 pick, and that's not good. That's not what we wanted. We knew Marcus Williams was going to have the range. Like, he had the range, and he had the ball hawk skill, and you kind of figured we was going to lose that range he had in the back in turn of, like, being able to get more picks. You know what I'm saying? More turnovers in that area, but it hasn't equated up to that in 7 weeks. So, look, DA, coaching staff, them boys need to tighten up. Well, look, if the team is going to be struggling and to at least get heat off you, you know what I'm saying, you got to have at least your end of the ball right. We know you still call the players on defense, no matter what's going on. I know the injuries, but now when the offense is picking up, we need you to be who you are. That's why we kind of wanted to keep you. It's like you're the guy who helped rebuild the defense, and this is your calling call. And right now, in the past 2 games, big plays after big plays, even against Seattle, the way they stayed in the game was deep throws down the field. So, regardless, kind of just talking about what we have been missing and what we've been needing. But again, today I want to see a lot of, there was a little bit less Taysom last week. I want to see more Taysom this week. I want to, Kamara, his production was still good. This will be 6 weeks have went by and he's not scored a touchdown yet, but he's still been super productive the past 2 weeks. But it's just the play call and the scheme and have not been getting him the ball. So, but these past 2 weeks has been trending that way. So it's cool. So again, just expect the running game to trump whatever the passing game is going to do. And I want to see more Rashid Shaheed, Chris Olave, more. I think Adam Troutman's out. Again, get Juwan Johnson more involved. And, special teams, that was a good pickup, a good boost with putting Rashid Shaheed back there, and then let Taysom Hill get some of those, and all Callaway. So special teams have picked up with Deontay Hardy being, sadly enough, this is not saying because he's on hurt, but with them switching other people out in at special teams, we begin to better production. But as I digress, man, pray to God for our secondary against D-Hop, Kyler Murray, mobile QB. Hopefully, they don't toast us too bad. I see it as an L. I'm a fan. I just see it as an L. We already struggle with running quarterbacks, and now that the defense has just been giving up big plays these past 2 weeks, I'm just hoping the offense could just try to win the game. Crazy, right? I want the offense to win the game. How they looked the first 2 weeks, but anyway, let's just hope for the best, man. And look, this is what the two things I want is either we win this game convincing, or put us out of misery, man. Take us out back, put us out of misery. I don't want to play around with it. Just either or. And let's hopefully this be an actual entertaining Thursday night football game, contrary to what we've been seeing the past few weeks. Don't embarrass me, y'all. Who that? AllfaxN.Oslack podcast, and I'm out.